So Sakuga is the combination of two kanji. Saku, which typically means a work or production, typically of art, but also can apply to literary works, and the kanji for kaku, which means the stroke of a kanji. Combined, they make Sakuga. And what Sakuga is, it is act of creating animation. Sakuga says a lot about the way that animation is done in Japan, and furthermore, how Japanese animation differs so greatly from American animation. You know, I think one of my problems with American animation, and it's not a huge problem, but there is a lack of identity. When I watch the animation, all I can really say is that it was Disney or Pixar that animated it. I can't attach a particular artist's name to the work. Now, the thing about Japanese animation is that typically, some sequences are going to be animated by just one person. So let's say you're producing a show and the finale is coming up and you know, like, oh my god, there's going to be this big fight. So we need an animator who can do really awesome fights. Or maybe there's going to be an explosion. It's like, I want someone who can animate really awesome explosions. The culture of animation in Japan has allowed for some people to turn into specialist animators. For me, I think that the most important thing, the coolest thing about Sakuga, is the fact that it gives identity to the animators working on particular scenes. Sakuga has also created entire fan bases and communities around the appreciation of these animators. So you have communities that aren't just getting together communally to talk about how awesome a certain scene was or how great the artwork looks and how well it animates. You have people who are also taking the time to show appreciation for the people who allowed that art to exist in the first place. And I think that's really cool. So how do you get into it? The easiest way, honestly, is to just go on YouTube. There are music videos called MADs, M-A-Ds. It's just videos that are compilations of animation cuts specifically from certain artists. If you're looking for animators who are just all around really talented at their craft in terms of battle animation, character animation, destruction animation, and all sorts of other nonsense, look no further than Yutaka Nakamura. Then you have people like Bahi JD. He isn't even Japanese. He's an Austrian guy who became an animator because he watched Sakuga Mads and then just got into animation. Like, you can look at realist animators like Mitsuo Iso and Hiroyuki Okiura, madmen like Takeshi Koike, who directed the 2009 film Redline, which everybody should see, Hironori Tanaka, who's more of a mainstream animator, but is very talented when it comes to expressionism, Yoshimichi Kameda, who is also a great battle animator and has a very notable brushwork style to his artwork, Tetsuya Takeuchi, a master of low-frame, limited animation for the maximum effect of realism. And finally, we have guys like Masaaki Yuasa, who are more abstract and kind of crazy in the way that they animate things. He's worked on a couple episodes of Adventure Time here in the US, but he's also worked on coming-of-age dramas like Ping Pong the Animation, and even Devilman Crybaby, one of the most violent shows of 2018. I'm gonna leave a list of animators in the description below. Just type any of them into the search bar and just go nuts. You know, they got some really great showcases of their artistic strength, and you get to listen to some good music while you do it. Another great website is Sakugabooru. You go onto Sakugabooru and just hit random, and you can just look at all sorts of different animation. There's even a couple of bits of American animation that just kind of pop in there on the rare occasions in which, you know, you can put a name to American animators. Finally, if you just want to follow the animators themselves and see what they're working on and see what they do, follow them on Twitter. One of the greatest things about the 2010s has been the increase of animators and icons within the industry using social media to talk with their fans. So, you know, assuming that you're going to probably be using the translation feature on Twitter a lot, but it's still a great way to, you know, get to know some of the people working on the shows that you love.